What's goody? Hey man, we need to talk about the Luka Doncic situation. We need to talk about the Mavs, the Lakers, LeBron James, bro. There is so much that is about to be talked about in this video right here. So much more information has come out about this Luka thing. So much more information has come out from the Maverick side, especially. Luka made his apology, or not his apology, but he said his goodbye to the Mavericks, and it was a super sad goodbye and everything like that, bro. Like so much has simply happened since this trade happened, and like. De'Aaron Fox got traded to the Spurs last night, and I made a video about it. Hopefully you saw that. If you didn't, go watch it. And let me know what you think about it. But De'Aaron Fox got traded to the Spurs last night, and that was a big deal, everything like that. But immediately this morning, after like the first couple seconds of scrolling on Twitter, TikTok, or whatever it was, everything was back to about the Luka Doncic trade, because literally this is the craziest trade in maybe not just NBA history, but maybe in sports history, bro. Like, this is insane. Trading a 25-year-old guy who just took your team to the NBA Finals with the team when no one thought they were going to the NBA Finals. He's 25 years old. Trading that guy who's one of the best scorers in the league, who's put up 73 points, who consistently drops 30-point triple-doubles, who has put up a 60-point triple-double. Trading that guy who also took you to a Western Conference Finals with a very subpar team and an NBA Finals. Keep in mind, y'all lost Kristaps Porzingis, who's now doing great on the Celtics. Keep in mind, y'all declined to sign Jalen Brunson when he said he would take the 4 years, $55 million a few years ago. Now he's a superstar in New York. Keep in mind, y'all did all those things wrong. And I mean, necessarily losing the Kristaps Porzingis thing wasn't necessarily wrong, because the Kristaps Luka pairing was terrible. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, you have swung and missed or failed to swing so many times throughout Luka's career, and Luka has still done so much for this organization, bro. And one thing I need to say before I get into what I'm about to say is apologies to Mark Cuban. I think yesterday in my video, I don't think I blamed him for this, but like I asked like where he was with this. I don't know if he still has decision-making power, but one thing I did that I did hear get mentioned, I think it was on Kenny Beecham's video or whatever. I forgot after it was after I uploaded my video, sadly. But one thing that I did forget about is that Mark Cuban sold a large part of his share in the Mavericks of the Mavericks ownership. So he's not even like the owner anymore. So when these reports are coming out and it's like, oh yeah, the GM whose name I'm forgetting right now, Nico Harrison, I think. Nico Harrison. He didn't consult. Not only did he not consult Luka or talk to anybody else like Luka, he didn't talk to Jason Kidd, the coach of the team. He didn't talk to when he brought it up to the owner apparently laughed. Again, not Mark Cuban. I forget his name, but he apparently laughed. So the biggest thing to unbox with this is, why are you doing this trade without getting it approved by the coach, the best player, Kyrie Irving, who you got to pair with Luka, Klay Thompson, who came here to be with Luka. I'm not saying you have to run this by Klay Thompson, but what I'm saying is, you didn't think to run this by nobody, and then you bring it up to the owner and he laughs, and somehow this still gets approved. How, if you're the owner, how do you go from laughing at the trade to somehow the GM convincing you know what, this is a perfect idea, let's trade our 25-year-old superstar of a player that's taken us to the NBA Finals, proven we can win with him, proven that he's a great player in the NBA, just because we think he might be a little chubby, he might be a little lazy on defense, and his work ethic just isn't what we want it to be. Oh, but he still hoops and still wins his basketball games and has almost gotten us to the absolute max of what a basketball season can be. He's almost done that, but trade him just because he's a little out of shape, but he's been injured for months, so maybe him being a little out of shape could be because of his injury, and it's a lower body injury, so he can't really do too much cardio. Anyways, how if you're the owner, because I'm not placing all of this blame on the GM, while the GM deserves most of the blame, especially when I just saw a TikTok about his track record, and if this is all true, his track record not only involves this absolute blunder of a trade, but it involves, he's the guy that messed up the presentation and pronounced Steph Curry's name wrong at the Nike pitch to Steph Curry that led to Steph Curry getting signed to Under Armour. He's also the guy that damn, what else did the TikTok say, bro? Hold on. The TikTok says something else that he was like responsible for, and it was insane. Like, I don't remember exactly what it is, but it was literally wild. He was also the GM of the Jalen Brunson thing that I just talked about, where he declined to sign Jalen Brunson, even though and this was after they made that Western Conference Finals run, where when Luka was hurt, Jalen Brunson was carrying the team. When Luka was hurt, Jalen Brunson was going out there putting up 40 points before anybody knew who Jalen Brunson really, really was in the NBA like that. We knew him from Villanova, but in the NBA, he hadn't really made a name for himself yet, and that was when he started to do it in that playoff run. You said immediately after that playoff run, no, we're not going to sign this guy who's our second best player to 4 years, $55 million, because we have Luka, we'll be fine. Then he becomes a superstar in New York, and now you have Luka. You have Luka, who just took a team to the NBA Finals last year, and this team might even be better than that team last year was, especially when Luka's fully healthy. You said, no, I'm going to trade him. beyond how stupid the Mavericks are and how insane it is that this man ran this trade by absolutely nobody, beyond how insane that is, let's go over to the Lakers side of this because something I didn't think about. Well, obviously, we know Luka Doncic is hurt. Now, I didn't think about it when I was making that video yesterday, but I knew he was hurt. I've written about Mavs games. I've watched Mavs games since he's been hurt. He's been hurt for literally since like Christmas. That slipped my mind, so I was talking about how him and LeBron, we're going to get to see them play the next primetime game where we see them play is going to be lit. We're probably not going to see that for a while, so I'm tripping. But another thing that I'm thinking about now is, okay, so it's just going to be LeBron out there, which means that y'all are going to be losing games, which means that y'all are, depending on how long Luka Doncic is out, you more than likely are going to fall out of playoff spot, so you're going to be fighting for the play-in, and again, that just depends on how long Luka Doncic is hurt. But another thing that I didn't think about was, what if LeBron wants out now? Or what if LeBron says, okay, you know what, I'm going to ride it out for the rest of the season, and then he retires now? Because this is one of those things that I could see LeBron genuinely being so mad about that he would retire just to get away from the Lakers. This is one of those things that because if it's true that LeBron James had no forewarning, had no idea, which I believe it is true because I believe LeBron would have told AD because I think that they're that close. They seem to be that close. So if it is true that LeBron freaking Ramon James did not have any knowledge about this trade before it happened, before the news got broken, before it was leaked, whatever happened, I would not at all be surprised if LeBron wants out. And if you're the Lakers, you should not cause a fuss about that at all. You should not only listen to LeBron if he requests a trade, but you should be willing to let him be a free agent or just cut him and let some other team pick him up. You owe that man that much because if you traded away, now I get it, you got Luka Doncic, you did what was best for the franchise. I am not criticizing you there. But if you did it without telling LeBron Ramon James, that man did so much for this organization. Obviously, he was also a part of the Russell Westbrook trade. That's obviously a big blunder, so I'm not saying his tenure with the Lakers has been perfect, but he did bring you a ring. He is the greatest player of all time, and if not, you think he's no lower than 2 probably, if you're a logical basketball fan. And after all that, this man being the ultimate veteran, the ultimate leader, the ultimate face of the NBA, if you traded Anthony Davis without telling him at all beforehand, without running it by him at all before you already accepted the trade, you can't be mad at LeBron if he says, hey, trade me and it better be to this team and you shouldn't even have to ask for a lot. Because like the Lakers will be doing LeBron a disservice if they say, oh no, yeah, we're going to try to get you to whatever team you want, but we're also going to try to get the best package possible, because that's doing a disservice to him, because now that's not going to happen. Now you're forcing him to basically play out the rest of the season there. You know what I'm saying? You're basically forcing them to do that, because it's like, if you control the package, then the team's not going to want to give you as much as you want them to, because if it gets leaked that LeBron wants to go somewhere, nobody's going to be offering you crazy amounts for a 41-year-old guy, even if it is LeBron, and because, one, they hold the leverage. He's saying, okay, well, if I don't sign there this year, for something, I'll retire. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, why would we do that? So this, not only would the Lakers be doing themselves be doing LeBron a disservice if they did that, but they'd be doing themselves a disservice if they did that, in my personal opinion. But this is one of those things that I think could end up prematurely ending the career of LeBron James. This is one of those things that I could see LeBron James, if it doesn't work out the way that is absolutely most ideal for LeBron James in terms of the hoops and the on-court stuff. Obviously, God knows best, but in my mind, what I think would be most ideal for him, I wouldn't be shocked if he retired at the end of the season because of how mad he is about this. Because this is basically the Lakers' way of saying, okay, we don't give a damn about the rest of the season. We aren't even trying to really win now. We have no good centers on the team, like whatever, unless we're going to try to trade for Walker Kessler with whatever assets we have left and everything like that. Unless you were actually going to try and make one more move to build this team out more, which would probably be getting a defensive-oriented big man, you basically say, all right, screw the rest of the season. We're building towards the future. We have Luka Doncic, who's the face of the league. Luka Doncic and Tatum's already a rivalry. This is something I also didn't think about yesterday, but I saw it on Twitter or TikTok. Luka Doncic and Tatum is already a rivalry. It has been since they both got into the league, really, even though they came in different years, pause. But, like, now, that's going to be pushed even more of a rivalry. When you don't have a face of the NBA, guess what you do? You get a Magic and Bird. This might be the NBA trying to make Luka Tatum the next Magic versus Bird. This might be the NBA trying to do that. The NBA might be trying to to basically do a rerun of history. They're trying to repeat history by doing this. They're saying, okay, we might not have one singular face of the NBA. We might not have that guy that's got that charisma, that's also got that skill, that's got that blah, 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 that has the championships and the MVPs and can win it at the highest level all the time consistently, but also has the personality. We don't have that guy right now. But we do have two guys who are really good, who are both really young, who both accomplished a lot, who've already faced each other in the finals once before, who have been compared to each other since they both got drafted. Since Luka got drafted, I guess, because Tatum was in the league first. So since Luka got drafted, they've pretty much been compared to each other, who are around the same age. They're both already in different conferences. Hey, what if we make this Lakers versus Celtics? What if we make this the current day Magic versus Bird? And if that's what the league is doing, it's insane, but it's smart. I won't lie to you. This trade has so many, this trade could have so many ripple effects and butterfly effects on the rest of the NBA, and I am so excited to see what this is all going to look like, what this is all going to pan out to be, because in 10 or 20 years, we're going to be looking back at this as probably still the craziest trade of NBA history, but then we're going to actually be able to know what the outcome of it was, because right now it's all speculation. And the Mavs just lost by 50 last night. I mean, they're missing 100 people, and they're playing one of the best teams in the league. But, losing by 50 right after trading Luka just because of the vibes, you know what I'm saying, is insane. But, yeah, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Let me know what y'all think about everything that's going on right now. Let me know what y'all think about the news that has come out, how crazy it is that neither team really told anybody about what was going on, especially on the Mavs side when you're trading. I'm not even going to... Hey, man, Nico Harrison, you'll be fired soon. This move is not going to work out in the way that you wanted to, but I just don't see it. It could, don't get me wrong. I do think there's a chance that the Mavericks could win now, but good luck, man. Good luck.